Today we are looking into how to start an LLC or limited liability company in Texas. Don't you worry guys, we will be going over every detail quickly while not taking too much time because we know you are very busy. There are a handful of tedious requirements in order for you to be able to submit your LLC for approval, including numerous dollars of state fees. It is no doubt that doing this manually will end up taking a lot of your time. So for this video, we will be using Northwest, which is the best registered agent in LLC formation services in order to help you with your LLC formation. Please feel free to register in using this service using our affiliate link down below. Do check the link out because a great offer is in store for you. Once you've done that, you will be redirected to Northwest Registered Agent's website with this as its home screen. To finally begin our LLC formation process, go ahead and click on Let's Get You Started. In here, you will need to first select options accordingly. First, we need to select which type of business we want to create. We have options to form corporations, but for this time, we would need to click on LLC. The next step is to select where to form our business right over here. We are currently making one for Texas, and we can do it like so. On the right side is a short summary of what and how much you will be paying for. Once you have that set up, go ahead and click on Continue to proceed to our next step. On this section, we will simply need to fill out any necessary company details such as our business name, like so. And as you can see here, you can select yes or no to whether you want to send a copy of lawsuits and legal notices to your attorney. If you hit yes, you have an option to put in your lawyer's email, like so. You would also need to come up with a business purpose. Make sure to fill out these seriously as they will be reviewed later on. Lastly, click on whatever works with you the best on your state records. This time we will simply click on our mailing addresses. The next stage that we have on our hands is company management, or how your company will be handled. If you click on this drop-down button here, we have the option to have our company be member or manager managed. It is quite normal not to have a solid idea on what any of these mean. However, Northwest lets you know what these are using this button right here, this little question mark. To make the matter short, member managed company means that your own team or members are those who own the LLC itself, or in other words, you. Having it manager managed, on the other hand, is that you will be the ones to elect managers who will eventually gain the right to bind and make decisions within the company. Today we will be choosing it to be member managed simply because it is much more simple to accomplish. With that being said, we need to input who the members of our LLC will be. There's our first name, our last name, and the address to which the state will record. Now feel free to input this process according to how many times is applicable. Just click on Add Member each time. The next step in our LLC journey is to carefully input here all necessary contact details. Feel free to fill them out accordingly. We have our first name and last name. We have our phone number. We have the country of which we reside in, our mailing address, our city, province, and finally our postal code. Once we got that done, we can now move on to our next step. On this portion of our LLC formation, we need to create our account from which we will need to manage our business with. Fill them out accordingly in order to move on to the next section. But for now, we have our email address, our password and its confirmation, and note that you have an option to generate a password to be given to you like so. However, I would recommend that you create your own as it is much easier to remember and provides a lot more security to your account. Just make sure you follow the criteria down below. Once you have that done, you can click on Continue to get that out of the way. This section is simply to ask you whether you want a bundle of their services or not. You can click on that as you wish, and we can go over each of the options to help you give an idea of each. Like before, you can click on the small question mark and find out more. In short, this is only to help you manage your LLC once it has been formed. After all that, go ahead and click on continue. On this part is a few optional items that you might want to reconsider, if you so desire. But once again, it is completely up to you. You can check out what each option might mean for you by clicking on the small question mark once again. We will also be going through each one. A tax ID is simply how your company and its taxes will be filed and identified. We will go ahead and turn this option on simply because it will make your business management a lot easier. An S corporation is simply a tax designation from the IRS. Premium mail services will handle all your business's flat mail. The trademark service is for protecting your brand name. And finally, the trade name or DBA is what allows you to conduct businesses under a different name without forming a different identity. Finally, after all that we have processed, it is time to pay for their services. Go ahead and input your own payment method with the receipt on the right as your reference. After all that, you can click on Done and you will be all set. After a few days, you will receive a confirmation email such as the one shown, letting you know about the LLC formation process that you have been going through this whole video. From there, you will receive your official formation document from the state that you have chosen and your EIN if you chose to choose that option under the tax ID option from before. And that is it. You're all set in your initial steps of forming your own LLC. That is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching and I wish you all the best of luck.